Okay, so back again with 3 more entries. Quite a lot to show you, so I'll try and keep it short. I missed off this one in my last video. This was another beautiful altered paperclip from Bernie Fairs. I don't know where that was hiding, but when I came to put it away, I realised I hadn't showed you that one, so that was that one. The next one is from Arlene Rowe. I'd like to show you the envelopes as well, really. Some of the envelopes are beautifully decorated, as is Arlene's, but it's too hard to hide the addresses. Anyway, Arlene's came beautifully wrapped, and I have messed it up slightly because I tried to take it off without undoing the bow. And I think I put it on back to front, but this was this beautiful tool bow, which is a really good idea. But when it came off, I couldn't put it back on properly. So Arlene has sent a beautiful Flower Fairy tag, which I love. I love this beautiful ribbon, this really soft chiffon silk ribbon, I think it is. I like the way that that's tied through the tab here. I've not seen that done before, and that's really effective. That looks great. I might steal that idea. And such pretty colours. I love the way this is what I like to do. She's coordinated all the colours, so we've got this sort of yellowy orange with the bluey purple colours, and they're picked out in the ribbon and the embellishments that she's used. That's the back of that one, and there's a little card in there, and she sent me an extra blank card as well. That's the blank card. This is her message, and this is beautiful. And again, I'm assuming she's chosen that because it all tones so beautifully together. So thank you, Arlene. I love it. I've written this one out ahead of time. So let's put Arlene in the jar. Next is, now I apologise if I pronounce this wrong. This is Peugeot Calais. I'm really sorry if that's the wrong pronunciation. But again, it's a beautiful little card with a note. And these, I shall keep all of these as well. I was going to keep everything in a pretty box, but I think the box I had in mind is not going to be big enough. So we'll see. Maybe I'll make some kind of journal and put everything in. I'll have to have a think about it. Anyway, this is Peugeot's entry, and there's a lot of work in this. I don't know if she's used avocado dye for these laces. It's a beautiful purpley pink, one of my favourite colours. A tag which is stitched with this lovely gold thread that Angela Kerr uses, gold thread, and it's really quite, well, it's not shiny gold, but it's a goldy colour, and it looks really attractive. This is a notebook. Sorry, I've probably just, there we go. So she's used dyed papers, probably tea-stained papers, inked papers, scrapbook papers that she's tea-stained. Really nice. A pocket here. Might pop that in there. So that's the notebook. I could tie that off if I needed to, or replace it. And the paper she's used, I don't know the collection, but again, just beautiful, beautiful colours. The pinks and teals, greens, absolutely gorgeous. So thank you, Peugeot. Getting close to draw day now. and I'll talk a bit more about that later. That's that one. And then the next one, again, I think this lady is quite happy to be called Helen. Her name is Gro Helen Perjord. And I think she's from Norway. And she went definitely above and beyond. I just want to get this out because I just want to remind myself before I show it to you. So we've got a little card here in a beautifully decorated envelope. And what did she say? So she has sent me a whole journal. And she's saying, she said, this lovely wrapped paper, she said it's one of the first TN journals that she's made. This should be tied, I've untied that ready. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So Helen, if this is the first one you've made, or nearly the first one you've made, then I hope you definitely keep going and put these up. I think people would love to own these. So I am going to go through it. This fussy cutting, I love that image. I'd love to know the book that came from, and it's all stenciled on the back. I'm not going to dwell on it, but I'll go through it quickly. So again, we've got presumably a digital paper collection that I don't know. She's used an envelope, and it's one of these fold out. I think Yvonne does those, but I'm not sure it was her idea. Can't remember. Some lovely papers. It's really pretty, this paper. She's done it. She's printed it on both sides on quite thick. It's not card, but it's thick paper. It's lovely. This is a flower made of tiny little circle punches, all folded in half and glued down. That's really effective. It's a pocket and a tag. Really beautifully decorated. Those she's glued down. I like that idea very much. I've never done that, but that's a good idea. And a beautiful little dangle with a rose on the bottom. It may have started life as a paper rose. I don't know if she's stiffened that or whether it came like that, but again, I might have a look for some of those. They look really pretty on the end of that. Vellum over a book page. Again, this is a double pocket. Lovely pastel colours. This is a little paper clip, so that allows this to all open out into more journaling space. I really like that idea. I could get it back on, it would be good. There we go. That beautiful image again. So that might be a printable that she's fussy cut there. But I don't know where that's from. This lightly dyed paper, I like, when I make journals, I tend to do lightly dyed paper. I'd love to do grungy. I love the grungy journals, but I can't seem to make them. So Helen, this is absolutely beautiful. I don't know whether I'm going to, I'll probably have to use this, you know, rather than put it in my, whatever it is I make. But I've got your little card and note that I can save in that. So thank you so much. So that's Helen's beautiful TN. I'm very spoiled and I really appreciate the amount of work all you ladies have put into these entries. It's one thing I do know is how long everything takes. So thank you again, and I'll be back with a couple more shortly.